Uh-oh.
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 And immediately goes into like a
Uh-oh.
darker screen.
Uh-oh. Nimini.
Meow, meow,
Nimina.
meow. Meow, meow,
Nimina.
meow. Meow,
What
meow,
you wanna know?
meow. Why don't we know that?
Neither one of us knows what is happening in this song.
Kriebel effect.
What?
That's what we're doing. The kriebel effect.
Yes.
Kriebel. Kriebel.
Why do you go to Russia?
Kriebel. Kriebel.
I have to deal with this every day, folks.
Lucky you. Joel.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
Are you ready?
Clap it up.
We can't help ourselves. We love a good melody. Huh?
Yeah. Guess who I am today?
Who are you?
I'm Fluttershy from My Little Pony.
My little pony, my little pony.
I definitely had My Little Ponies.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, the little ponies here.
And I'm every Care Bear but Grumpy Bear. Huh?
What's Grumpy Bear?
He had a
storm cloud.
He had a storm cloud on his belly.
I remember Storm Cloud
You
Bear.
remember?
He
Grumpy
tried,
Bear?
yeah. They had to bring him on along. You know what I'm saying?
just
Come on,
come on, Grumpy.
Storm Cloud.
Mhm.
Sometimes we have to do that with folk.
A
Bring
lot
your
of times
Storm
we
Cloud
have to
person along.
Come on, Scotty.
Come on.
Scotty is our.
He did a good job this
He did
year at
such a good
homecoming. I mean,
job.
it
I
was
was proud.
I
of
thought
him.
was so adorable. He was like, I'm not gonna act out this year. We were like, it's the way he said. We were like, well, we may have a little something. He was like, I'm not gonna act out this year.
He was very good.
It was
He
so
was-
earnest. He's like, I'm not gonna have a
He
bad
was
time.
very, very good. Even after the whole One Music Fest
Having all of
debacle,
that stuff.
he was. He was so well
I
behaved.
could not believe it. I said, I know. Listen, he's probably in there plotting our demise.
I mean, I almost didn't recognize him. I was almost like,
especially when we had all those activities, there was a lot of things that
There were a
could
lot
have
of-
set him.
and
He's been working on Joy.
he was under the. Wait a second, shout out.
And listen, we gotta give him his props. He was under the
He was
weather.
under the weather.
We were doing too
didn't
much. He don't
were
like
doing
more
that.
than one activity
Listen,
in a day.
And Scotty, and we
don't like that.
apologize to you because
Yeah.
we were
We agree.
doing too.
We agree it was too much.
We will never do it. No worries.
Now he says that on everything that we do, but why are we going? Because we got to go something now.
No, that's.
I'm not going.
Scotty
I promise
was
you, I'm not
really,
going.
Really good. Now that I look back
I know.
at it, now wait a
He
minute. Now
rolled to the different places. Then with that whole One Music Fest thing,
he did not.
he just rolled.
Well, then we may have to change you from Grumpy Bear.
He's something else.
We're
He's
gonna
something.
find-
He's coming along, Bear. He's learning. He's increasing Joy Bear.
increasing Joy Bear.
Yep. Higher Joy Quotient Bear.
Every community has to have the curmudgeonly one. You know, the
little bit.
one that just got a little bit of spice in them. You know, just everyone's got them, and we love them just the same. And we wouldn't be complete without
We
them.
wouldn't. He does make us think about things we wouldn't think about. It's true. And he was right this time. He was like, that's too many activities. And he was right. Thank you, Curmudgeon Bear.
Curmudgeon Bear. All right. So we are still in our season of kindness and courtesy. So what is our definition?
kindness and courtesy is thinking and behaving in a friendly, respectful manner that conveys compassion and avoids causing hurt or inconvenience to yourself or others.
Yes, so let's jump right into our random acts of kindness. We're giving you some ideas. If you would like to go out and do some of these things, fine.
Do 'em.
If you've come up with some additional ones we haven't named yet, send
Do
them
'em.
to us.
Yep.
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 All right. So first and foremost, now this is a good one. And let me tell you, I'm speaking to children.
And
I'm speaking to adults. I'm speaking to
and
cleaning
whole
up
grown adults.
the mess, whether you made it or not. And not we're going to have a conversation of, but you were the one that ate off of that dish. Why do I have to clean? You see the dish, you see it's dirty, and you say, you know what? Somebody's got to clean it. Why not me?
I
I'll
don't want
bless
to
somebody
leave it
real
this
quick.
way. Yeah.
I want to leave it better than I came,
Ricky
whether I
Page
live
does
here
that.
or not.
Yeah. Ricky Page will do that. He'll be like, let's just get this together. You know, some folks will be like, well, I ate off this fork, so I washed the fork that I ate off of. That's something. But the kindness, right, is I've partaken in food and drink in your home. I've been in your home.
Yeah.
Eating and drinking, that detracts from something. You know what I'm saying? Like that is something, the hospitality of something. I'm gonna say
When people
he does
cook,
do that.
they should not clean.
He does that. He comes and he'll be like, "Let me just clean
Someone
this up."
cooked for you. You clean those dishes. We're not going to have a conversation about
And real
that.
kindness is also too, you come to somebody's house, you know they got a lot going on, right? And you see, knock a couple of those dishes out, take something off their plate just because, for no other reason other than to be kind to
You
them.
know them well enough. If you're at that point with them
Because-
where they're like, you ain't a guest no more, great. Well, then let me get on in here and let me clean some stuff up.
Why not? Right? Along that same lines, another random act of kindness is to anticipate a need and fulfill it.
This thing is sexy right
It's
here.
so cute.
I tell you.
During reunion, my namesake Kanika, shout out to her as she has been just conquering demons and
a rough
fighting,
season.
right?
Yep.
And fighting against illness. And she's been really teaching us what surviving looks like, right? We were doing something, we had all this stuff to do for reunion, and she just brings out this little meal, right? And I was like, what is this? She was like, I knew you'd be running all day and you weren't going to have time to eat, make that time to eat. She just brought me one. So you brought me like a meal
That's lovely.
that and at the time I was like keto eating or whatever, that like fit my dietary. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I just knew you'd be ripping and running and you weren't going to be prepared to.
But you did this for
some.
someone too. You paid for that Spellman meal because you said they'll have vegan options, and I just want Ricky to have an option.
I know.
You did that for someone too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, just to anticipate that and feel it makes people feel so thought about and cared for, and it does something for you.
Yes.
Right. What's something else?
Letting someone else have the good parking space.
Now, this is a press. No, normally we cutthroat out there. Like I'm gonna hit your car to park 2 spaces closer. There's another space right here, but I don't want that one. I don't want you to have this one because I feel like I saw it first.
What is the alternative? What, we gonna fight over this parking spot? Go on ahead and take it, sis.
Yep.
You got it.
That's what we're gonna do.
I probably needed to walk those few extra
Maybe
steps.
that's
Let me
what I
just
should
go
have
on
done.
ahead. This was God talking to me right here. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it.
All right, planting a tree. That is such a kind thing to do, really. It's
Yeah.
a pay it forward. Think of all the paper you've used, oxygen you've been breathing and whatnot over your life. How about doing that for someone else? Well, the tree may not grow in my lifetime.
Exactly. You may not experience the beauty and the joy of it. Ooh, what a way to give.
But somebody before you planted one.
Ooh.
You plant one.
That's good. What if they had said, no, I'm not going to plant this because I don't get to see it?
Imagine.
All right. So you all have heard me probably say this before. I like to say that joy is a revolutionary act. And in the same vein, being kind is a radical revolutionary act.
It is stepping outside of the box. It is going against the grain. You want to be something unique and different. Be kind.
Yep. So we want to give you some tools to stay vigilant in that fight, to make kindness and courtesy a mainstay.
We are wired for kindness.
Yep.
Right. Our natural proclivity is toward kindness. You can see it in infants, right? We are wired for it. A tiny baby will take their little whatever they have and be like, "Do you want some?" They're like, "Do you want to taste this little piece of something you make?" But we are often programmed though for meanness. Let that sink in, right? We're wired for kindness, but then we getting programmed to be unkind. Like, that means we got to deprogram in some ways and go back to our biological roots of kindness.
Yeah, we tell our children, don't be no punk. Don't let them run all over you. How did we get here? And how did we start to believe that being kind to others is a sign of weakness?
It's a sign of weakness.
Let's not communicate that to one another. If we're part of the programming process, let's stop that.
Program. We're robbing our children of joy.
Yeah.
Because we think that they should have the same experience we did.
And we're saying those things really from a place of trauma. That's not who we naturally, just inherently are. Good. You developed into that person because you thought you needed to protect yourself. And so you developed this set of skills that makes you mean. Let's choose to be better.
Yeah. We just talked about this. The act of actual kindness is really in our biological heritage, right? It is supposed to help us successfully work with others and survive being part of a group. And folks might argue, no, the animal kingdom, they're fighting all the time, only over like actual life and death resources. They do not just go up, I'm fighting for fun, or you bumped into me, so I'm gonna kill you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how that operates. It's literally over like life or death resources. Otherwise, they leave each other alone.
Right.
Right. So we are biologically wired, right, to be kind. We're supposed to be able to work with one another.
But one of the things that we are especially struggling with, and we think about the world that we're living in and these times that we're living in, it's hard to be kind when we're stressed out, when we're overwhelmed, when we're just emotionally low. It's very hard to pull on whatever that is that keeps us being, courteous to others.
That's why we warn people. Not today.
Not today. I don't have it today.
I don't have it today. Listen, and sometimes we come in on the offense. Listen, you better have my order ready because I can't even do it today. I didn't even. We starting off.
That's how I was with them tacos.
You're greeting me.
Better have my tacos.
Better come. I better get here. And if they say anything, hey, sorry. You should see that head tilt. The little I'm sorry head tilt. I'm cracking skulls.
Yes.
It's so true. But kindness isn't really supposed to be a reactionary behavior. We're using it as like, well, if I have a perfect day, if it's 75 and sunny, then I'll go ahead and be kind. If not, I won't. But it's not supposed to be reactive. It's not supposed to be dependent upon how you feel. But it may take a while to put this kindness into practice, right? But you've got to do that or else we will be out of touch with it.
Yes, it's the same way that you can't be brave without fear. It's like you shouldn't go around thinking, I have to be in a good mood in order to be kind. No, in fact, when you have to pull on it, that's when it's true kindness. True kindness is, I've had a rough day. I'm upset where I am in life. I don't know what to do. And still, I look at someone else and I smile. And I hold the door open and I let them in my lane.
I find that resource. We always think we're completely depleted. How nice to find out we always have a little something in the reserve. No matter what your day is, find the resource to be kind to the person who opens the door for you. Say thank you.
Yeah.
Find the resource to be kind to people who's standing there helping you through the thing that's traumatizing you. Whatever you're going through, there's somebody who's standing right there with you, working with you as you go through it.
So here are some ways we can make kindness contagious.
Yay.
And start the kindness revolution.
Yes.
That's what we are on.
Yes.
Yes. So because we know it should not be a reaction, but because of just where we are, if you don't practice kindness regularly, then you got to start here. Soothe yourself when feeling stressed. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself to a place where you can talk yourself into being kind
so
to
good.
others until it becomes like second nature and you don't have to think through it. Go ahead and soothe and take care of yourself.
Because what we do is be snappy, and then we'll justify the snappiness.
Yeah.
Sorry I was unkind, but
Yes.
this happened to me today.
Yes.
Well, let's fix what happened to you. Let's heal. Let's
Fill
heal.
up your cup so you can give to someone else. Even though I'm telling you, kindness will fill your cup.
This is really a good word. It's not just like in the immediate either. People would talk about how hurt people and all that kind of stuff like that. That's really what we're saying. Well, let's get unhurt so you don't hurt anybody. Let's heal. Let's heal. And before you get out here, you know what I'm saying, and start injuring everyone with whom you come in contact.
Yeah.
All right, let's heal.
Yeah.
I like that. Practice awareness. Learn to stop, pay attention, and practice empathy for others. I didn't even notice something was wrong with you. Well, let's work on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's work on that.
You
Let's
didn't say nothing.
Yeah, let's read the room. Let's stop for a second. Let's check in with one another. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember that somebody has been through a thing and say, you know what? Are you all right today?
I cannot tell you how many people have done this in these months since my daddy passed. When I tell you, I mean and I'll tell you where the kindness is. It's just in me realizing I was on somebody's mind. That's it. It's not that they're coming to solve anything in this moment. Just the check-in, y'all.
Check in.
I am on someone's heart.
Yeah. But that's the awareness. It'll keep you from being into a negative place. What's wrong with her and whatnot? You forgot that the woman's father passed away. Check in. And it's a bad day for you. Maybe all of this I'm overinterpreting about something you're doing. That ain't got nothing even to do with me. Practice awareness. All right? Pay attention to others.
Use positive conditioning. This is for all the glass is half empty people. This might require us putting in a little bit of effort, right? We are naturally conditioned to pay attention to the negative. Think about it. We're inundated with it all day long. We watch the news. It's telling us how many people were murdered this week. We listen to what's going on in all the gossip sites and who's getting a divorce. And I can't believe that she's taking him to court for that. And I mean, all he did was shoot her. Like, all this stuff. We're out here.
Actual quote.
We are out here just prepared to discuss the negative.
Yeah.
We don't call each other and be like, when we're talking about the famous people, did you see how pretty she was at her wedding? We don't do any of that.
Well, we do.
We do. We do.
Did you see it? Listen, they back together having a good time.
But oftentimes what we stay in is the muck.
Yeah. And then we wonder why we're depressed. You know what I mean? We are bringing this negative information to us and maintaining it. Why?
So we have to create the opportunities to find the positive. When we come across people who are just complaining, they're just talking about how something negative happened, shift that thing real quick. Ain't nobody gonna keep complaining when you've been like,
if you just right.
I'm telling you.
But you know what the good thing is? Just take the reins, literally. And you might be talking to yourself. It may not be you're talking to someone else. You're saying to yourself. But the good thing is,
Ooh.
so you don't stay in that place.
While you say that, I've done this to myself. I have been talking in my head. And I have thought of the negative and I've said, but you know what? The blessing in this is, and I will pull myself out of it. I didn't even really think to myself, I do this. Well, of course, I'm a joy coach.
Yeah. It's cognitive, therapy. You're replacing those thoughts with, and the thing is that they're often rational. The positive thought is the rational thought. This idea, I'll never be good enough. That's irrational. That is an extreme and irrational thought.
That's good.
The rational thought is, I didn't get this one, but you know what? I've learned some things to go after the next one. That actually is the truth.
That's so good.
It's not just flowers and dandelions. That is actually the truth. Right?
And then once you've created those opportunities to find the positive, savor them.
Savor. You know how much we love savoring.
Sit with them.
Just revel in
Don't let
the
it
good
go.
that you find.
I'm telling you. You have to do this for yourself, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's being kind to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to start and be kind to others, you've got to first learn to just be kind and gentle with you. Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite things to do. Create circles of caring and kindness. There's nothing worse than feeling like you don't have anybody to like even bounce your kindness off of. You know what I mean? We were asking some people recently, have you witnessed any people engaging in acts of kindness? And it was, disheartening for some people to be like, I haven't even been engaging with people like that. I don't even know if I've noticed. If you've been around people at all, I'm sure you saw them. Raise your awareness. Raise your awareness, right? And I'd like to think that's what we're doing at Add Joy, right? Yeah. We're creating circles of caring and kindness. We're trying to shift out of that negative space and create communities of people that are committed to being caring, to being gentle with one another, to being kind, not tearing each other down, but building each other up.
Absolutely. Practice gratitude consistently, y'all.
Even if you have to stop for a moment and just let me just say two things to myself that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, like, right in the moment. It doesn't have to be an hour-long ritual.
Where you are.
Right in the moment.
Right then and there.
And when you have that circle, do favors for other people in the circle.
Willingly.
Yeah, why not? You ain't doing nothing. Get that person a ride.
Yep. Call somebody. I got some free time. What you doing? What you need? I know you in the struggle.
I have to go on so and so, and then I have to pick up my child and so on. Your child who's over here, let me pick her up. And then you have to come over here, finish your stuff.
I'll bring her home.
That creates a circle, right? It's that reciprocal kindness.
And then they naturally want to do things for you too. Yep.
And then we just have feel good times.
Yes. And then finally with this, bring strangers into your acts of kindness. So I read about this story of a woman who was looking to do, and we'll talk about this in a second, 5 random acts of kindness a day. And she was having lunch with a fellow psychologist, and they got to the end, and the bill comes, and she takes it. She says, "I'm going to pay." And he says, "No, I can't let you pay." And they're going back and forth about who's going to pay because, of course, both of them are trying to be kind to each other. And so finally she said, "Okay, I'll pay this. You pay for another table." And so he called.
I love that.
He called the waitress over and he said, "Here, this is what we want to do." And at first it caught the waitress off guard. Like, she's like, "What do you mean? Like, what, you just want me to go tell somebody that you're covering their meal?" He's like, "That's exactly what I want you to do." And so she kind of looks around. She finds somebody. She goes over to the table. She tells the woman what they're doing. And the psychologist said that when the waitress came back, she was in a state of joy because of the joy that
she was.
Because
she was able to orchestrate and be part of it.
All she was doing was relate. She had
I love it.
nothing to do. She wasn't putting any money down on this. She wasn't the person receiving this, but just by going and sending the message and watching this other person be like, "Really? They want to pay for my meal?" That brought her such joy. Look at everybody who now, from this one act of kindness,
extended that circle.
You see that?
Yep.
It's that ripple effect.
It's that ripple effect. You really do. I mean, when you put your finger in water, like how big it can be. It can be a huge pond.
It creates the waves.
Can get away from one finger in there. Invite a stranger into your acts of kindness. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. All right, so we have a joy charge.
Joy charge.
Okay. Joy charges are when we tell you to go out and do something to get your joy.
Joy assignment.
Don't turn this off now and be like, "Okay, this is where I tap out." No.
Right.
No. You've got an assignment.
Yes.
And you must do it. You all seriously, your joy is your responsibility. It is no one else's to give you. If we are giving you the keys to the kingdom, how you going to get in?
Come on.
If you won't take them.
If you won't even take them. And you looking from the outside. That looks nice in there.
It looks,
Your
that
kingdom
joy
look
looks
good.
fun.
Hi, I'm outside. I gave you the key.
I gave you the keys. You can't unlock the gate. So this is your joy charge for this week. As you are listening or watching this, I want you to prepare for tomorrow. No, I don't care if this is a bad week. This is why this is so important.
That's good.
Too.
Go there.
I don't want you to wait for when it is convenient.
We're not busy.
Tomorrow, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. Good. Go right there. I want it to be tomorrow. You lucky I'm telling you tomorrow and not today. Tomorrow, you are going to commit to 5 random acts of kindness. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You will determine that for yourself. It does not matter what you do. I don't care if it is free or requires money. I don't care if it took 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
Right.
You determine all of this. But you must do 5. You must commit.
Put your finger in there and create that ripple.
Absolutely. Yes. So now, the acts of kindness themselves may not take long to do, but the ripple effect is going to go a long way. I'm telling you. And then I want you, this is the final piece of it, y'all. You've got to come back to our socials. You've got to, if you are listening to this or you are watching this on YouTube, I want you to comment below this video. I want you to tell us what the random act was, but also to boost your happiness even more, tell us how it made you feel. That's what I really want. I want you to remember what it felt like to be kind to someone else,
because just be intentional about your kindness.
Going to encourage you to do it even more.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear from folks.
I'm very excited. Yes.
We have a random act of joy, of kindness from our Joy John Nolan. When you ask people about these things, people are like, his first response is, well, charity doesn't boast. I understand, brother. Tell me about something. He was like, well, because he's like, I didn't do it to, I want anybody to know. I know. Tell me about it, though. And he said a couple of homeless folks were by the yoga studio where he goes, and he said people act like they don't even exist. I just went in and bought them a chicken. I handed them and I walked off. All right. And that to him is like I guess that's something, right? We don't know what that meant. It went and bought an entire chicken, meaning you might be hungry at another time. You won't be hungry tonight. Tonight, I'm going to keep you from that pain of hunger. I'm going to keep you from that tonight because I saw you.
Because I saw you.
Just
because you're human.
I saw you. Because you're a human being.
Are important and you
exist.
Belong,
I know your existence matters.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you.
And if we would just do this, y'all, imagine how we would radically shift the world.
Imagine
if we felt everyone mattered. Everyone's feelings matter.
There's some regard here.
Everyone's needs matter.
Yep. Imagine a world where.
Yeah. We're going to be better. As Joy Johns, we're just, this is something, this gives us, like I said, your joy charge so that we can go out there and we can just be better in the world. We can have more joy. I love that.